There we go. I do believe we are live, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me once again. Today's whole stream topic is about how it only takes one person to stand up for what is right. You know, technically, that one person is every single person, but the topic was inspired by a movie that Joy V recommended I watch called Hidden Figures. It's about these three powerful women who lived, I hope they're still alive, I don't know actually, but who lived during the space race era. And they were like computers and managers and supervisors, and they basically were a fundamental part of getting people to the moon eventually, and how their story went untold through history. And this was like a creative rendition of what they went through. And there was one thing that like irked me more than anything in watching that movie, and it was segregated bathrooms, where one of the characters, one of the people in the movie, had to literally go from her building, her workplace, to another building just so she can use the bathroom. And she had to like run back and forth, sometimes through the rain and stuff. And it literally made me viscerally angry, just like in hindsight, experiencing what she must have been going through. And then there was this scene where one of the bosses, right, the people in power, stood up for what is right and basically took a crowbar to the labels that they put on the bathrooms. And that just resonated to me as like that really is what it takes. If we want to see global change, it's going to take our leaders, the people who are in power, to do what's right. Right? Like it really is that simple. And I feel like it's a tall order, and there's like a vested interest to not do what's right, especially if you're being paid an exorbitant amount of money to do what's wrong. But it gives me hope, shows me that there is a possibility for us to kind of like get along. The haves and have-nots, right? Like I was talking to Joy Vive as I was watching the movie as well, sending her messages, and I was going through this experience of feeling into exploitation, and what's the word that I used exactly? Haves and have-nots, essentially, right? Oppression. That even though we don't oppress one another necessarily based on race as much anymore, I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, but I feel like oppression hasn't gone away, right? Like the way we're oppressed is just a little bit different. And I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm thinking about how if we've come this far, right? Like that's basically where my mind is kind of like stuck. If we've come this far in only 60 years, how much further can we go in another 60, right? And realizing that I'm gonna be alive for that 60 years. The year 2064, I'll be a 66-year-old. I look forward to seeing a better world, being able to stand up for what is right alongside you, friends. We have Mojo and Shannon Dad, Joy Vive too, beloved Maxine and Zano, Duck Dad as well. Blessings to you, dear friends. Let me get present with you friends and read some comments. But before I do, let me read something worth saying. Sam, and there's Jaziel. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. I hope so. Jay, is it Jaziel or is it Jaziel? The way that I'm saying it. Do let me know if I'm saying your name incorrectly, friend. Names are powerful, and I would like to say it correctly if I can. So much love is being sent in chat. Brings blessings to my heart just knowing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one. Uh, I'll read the one that goes just before it as well. You will be the savior of the world, for awakening requires vigilance and discipline, right? Like talking about, you see Pippi, look at her zooming in the background. It takes you, it takes one person to stand up for what is right, right? And in that way, you become a savior of the world, realizing that the way you see the world is an extension of you, right? The way that you think the world is does not exist without you existing within it, right? Literally, literally. And in that way, you are the savior of the world. You cannot help but be. For awakening requires vigilance and discipline. Discipline to cultivate a way of living in which you observe your own thoughts, in which you are listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth, in which you observe the feelings that are evoked within your body, and to see these things as innocent and simply self caused, right? That if you feel a sense of outrage, seeing the nonsense is happening in the world, to observe your thoughts, to see what you're thinking about that experience. Hey, Lisa, to realize what you're saying about this thing, right? And then to observe the feelings you have depending, that's being invoked within your body, and see these things as innocent and simply self caused. That's the hardest one, right? Because we're seeing a lot of oppression in a bunch of different ways. Like, you know what the biggest one for me is? The fact that there are people in Ukraine being drafted, people in Russia, right? Children or criminals, even as well. They're being told that that's what they're going to have to do. They have people behind them with guns pointed at their backs, where if they start running backwards, they get killed for not wanting to contribute and fight in this war, right? Like, how am I supposed to think that is innocent and simply self caused? And yet, it is every single one of our worlds, right? It's the same self, it's the same I consciousness piercing through into this same world. Time is given to you that you may use it constructively. Yes, see, we're going to spend a lot of time building, but I'm here for it. And I know that I won't be lonely, since we're building together at least. Let me see if I can get myself a little bit more illuminated. I can't even see my own face. I'm having the sun shine against the screen as well. See if I can get this thing a little bit closer. Better? I honestly don't know. I don't know if my light's gonna last long, blasting like that, but it is what it is. Cool preview screen. I'm happy you like it. It's very old. It's like maybe like the first few months of me starting the channel, I made that one as well. I was like thinking about updating all of that stuff, Mojo. Thank you for echoing love anyway. I'm feeling pretty good today, Dad. Ooh, I'm happy to hear that, Shan. Hope you're doing well too. Do let us know. There can only be one. Yes, right. I do believe that there is unity, that love is the ability for unity and multiplicity to coexist. That yes, there are many of us. We are legion, and yet we are one. One in the ways that matter. The title sounds like a punk song, and I'm for it. Read again. Melt more, new. It takes one person to stand up for what is right. It takes one person. Yeah, I can see it too, bro. Maybe we'll make a song like that one day, even. I'm working out in the rain. That wasn't supposed to happen, yet I'll pop in when I find a dry spot. Blessings, bro. I hope that the rain isn't too cold. Maybe it could be nice, if anything. Yeah, I'll see the sun this morning. It's so serene outside. We'll get to see the sunset as it continues rising on your side of the world as well. Blessings to you, Maxine. I'm happy that you got to experience it. Love and again to you, Giselle. Oh boy, we're talking about vigilantism. I eagerly await the discourse segment. Sam, like I've been like aggressively thinking about being a vigilante these days, right? Like over and over and over again, where I'm like semi-questioning. I'm like, bruh. Like I wish I was joking about this. Unironically, I really do wish I was joking because I feel insane even in trying to say it again, right? Because like I was journaling this morning and I was writing about this experience of wanting to do the right thing, right? not wanting to be seen as evil, essentially, or as a bad person. And then how in my being there's this juxtaposition of what I'm supposed to do to ensure that I can be the best person that I could possibly be. And it's this whole mental gymnastics thing that I kind of like go through. And I was literally sitting there and wondering, you know, God, like I wish I was joking. Like wondering when my superpowers are gonna kick in, like thinking of it from this perspective of going through this whole mental barrier of maybe it's not appropriate for us to have superpowers right now, right? That if we actually had superpowers the way we know that we could potentially have, there would be like some sort of imbalance in the world. And I was like wondering, if I do get superpowers, am I gonna hide my identity? Am I gonna like wear some sort of mask to pretend like I'm not? And then I was like imagining coming into stream with like battle wounds. I was like going through a whole thing. So the fact that you had to say something about vigilantism is just perfectly in tune, Sam. What superhero do you want to be? Maybe that's the question, right? If you, as a person, had to become super and you could stand up for what is right, what would that look like? Who would you be? I just came in from outside. I'll see my screen out there. Blessings. It's gray. Here's sun. Ain't out yet. Blessings. I'll keep sending it your way, beloved Joe. Jovan, sending lovings to our friends as well. Blessings. Lisa again. Okay, I think that's everyone. I haven't missed anyone. I'm so excited, everyone. Next week is family vacation. But tonight we're taking Duckling to see Minions, Rise of Gru, at a pop-up drive-in. She's so excited to go candy shopping with me. Blessings. I'm happy that you're doing these things with your beloved little one. Continue to, all right. Make those moments special for her, because very soon, and I don't want to be nihilistic, but very soon she's not going to be excited to spend time with her dad anymore. So the fact that she gets to be is a blessing, both to you and to the world. Oh, that sounds like fun, Duck. I hope she has the best time. I'm sure she will. Jay Z's less successful title bro, Jay Zeal, sounds like Jay Z's less successful little bro. It's probably less successful little sister, but who knows? I think that's a sister, May, because of your second name. Doesn't matter either way. Right? Sending you blessings always. I like the way you pronounce Zano. Zado. Zano? Is that how other people say it? Of an A? Yeah, we have an A, kind of like A sound. Asseblief. You should be Scarf Man. Scarf Man. I mean, you're tripping me out. Stop it. Stop it, Mojo. Like I was legitimately thinking about that. Not this morning while journaling, but I think yesterday or day before yesterday. I was like scarf dancing, and I was like thinking to myself that if my scarf was made out of nanobots, I could technically scarf dance and then suddenly turn into a sword, turn it into a shield, turn it into whatever I wanted to. So maybe I will be Scarf Man. Scarf Man sounds kind of lame though. It's like it's a bird, it's a plane, it's just Scarf Man. Oh. I mean, I would have been excited if it was anybody else, but Scarf Man, bro, like he has a scarf. Oh no, skipped up the doop. JC, I mean, no offense. I make jokes. It's what I do. I often do. They don't land. My apologies. Yeah, right. I feel like you could still make that joke without it being potentially hurtful, because any attachment to less successful, you could say like Jay Z sounds like Jay Z's indie artist sister, right? Because that way it doesn't have the connotation of literally less successful, right? Because even if it's not the way, it can still be taken as a pain point. Because in a weird way, all of us are technically less successful than Jay Z, right? Technically. But then again, we have to ask ourselves what success is. What do you measure your success with? For example, if I had to keep believing I would only be successful if I'm an actual superhero with superpowers, I might die feeling unsuccessful, and I don't have to be a superhero to, as this person that I am, stand up for what is right. Even if I only have to stand up for what is right for my life. right? And realizing that about ourselves. My joints hurt from today's yoga, but I showed up and I persevered despite the difficulty in some of the poses. Motivated to do more. Thank you. Blessings, dear friend. Thank you, Jaziel. I feel like it's a process, right? Like I also, Amara, hey Amara, I also had to go through some of the difficulty, and I'm still right in a place of discomfort when I'm doing some of those poses. You'll get stronger, dear friend. I believe in you. Thank you for showing up and for doing the hard things. Is it supposed to be a hard A? Zano, right? It might be Zano. Zano feels softer to me, at least in my mind. Lisa, thank you for sending our friends blessings. No worries, it's all good. Love is true. Yes, Doug. John Stuart Mill, who once said it's an address at the University of St. Andrews. At in an address at the University of St. Andrews. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. Exactly. I've heard something semi-similar as well that just goes, like evil isn't necessarily doing something wrong. It's standing by while something wrong is being done and not doing anything about it, kind of like vibe. Completely agreed. Thank you for sharing that, actually, Sam. Feels it fits perfectly. Jaziel, I thought it landed. That was my thought when I first saw your name. Nice to see you in yoga today. Blessings. Happy to see you in yoga again. Proud of you. Thank you, friends, for supporting and echoing love for our friend. I may or not have a dark side, and that dark side may or not be into vigilantism. Yeah, you see, like my dark side is rage. There's so much anger. It's like, just like visceral screaming. And unironically, if I did turn into a superhero, I would be super fabulous, right? That would like be my thing. I wouldn't like just straight up going and beating on people. I would dance them into the ground, just like, oh. It's like, what's he doing? He's dancing that person to death. Oh, why is he doing that? That person killed a bunch of kids. Oh, okay, good. Makes sense. Everybody just starts watching, instead of destroying buildings, just dance around them. Yeah, more. Like I feel like that's something to be aware of, Jovan. Like what is your actual dark side, right? The real dark version of you. And then how would you be a superhero if you had to use that dark potential energy? For me it is rage. It is a rage. Like can you be just if you show up with rage? All right, I don't know if you actually can. I think it would be a little bit too quick to jump to action if you're completely enraged in that way. Maybe it's a good thing I don't have superpowers, essentially, is what I'm saying. Still need to do some growing before I'll get my superpowers. All of us, technically. Revolution, France style. If I say it again, man, if something happens to where I lose my wife and daughter, I'm straight up going environmental Frank Castle on day one. I don't know what that means, but it sounds badass. Super bitch. Super bitch. I am allowed to speak everywhere. Super bitch. Super bitch sounds like a cool superhero name, right? People would be like, Shell here. Blessings to you, Amara. Again, hey to you, dear one. Like people will probably, have some things to say. It's like the monastics. It's like, nah, I chose my own name. I am super bitch. It sounds like I know what Sam looks like, and I can imagine Sam in her little, like small little cat ear costume. I don't know if you're wearing spandex or tights like the superheroes do, but I can see a cape and I can see you standing in like sunlight, super bitch. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it is super bitch. Only I get to call myself super bitch. Oh, sorry, SB. I'm so sorry. Nancy, blessings to you, friend. Sorry for missing you until now. It's nice having you. I'm going to read your comment in a second. I often use company time and material to create stationery material for smaller businesses and people for free. I like to feel like graphic design Robin Hood. I'm a bit of a thrill. Yeah, do it. I feel like, and I know this partly because you've told me that there are some materials that end up not being used. Like if If Jovan has like a product that they have to print out, there will be like offcuts on the sides, for example. I don't know if that's what you mean, but I'm proud of you for helping small businesses. Scarfman sounds like the best campy 90s comic. I want. That's badass, Jovan. Hello again, Nancy, saying to read the topic of the day. Shout out to Sinead O'Connor, rest in peace, and all the brave people who stand against oppression, knowing they may or will be vilified. Agreed. Sinead. Hey, Google, tell me about Sinead O'Connor. Wow. Instantly, her eyes pierce into my soul. This is her. How can I? Shuhada Sukwat, known professionally as Sinead O'Connor, was an Irish singer, songwriter, and political activist. I want to know more. Spoke most of the realities of those who live with and endure the kind of warped brain that can make even the simplest moments difficult. Bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, complex PTSD. She died recently, real recently, the 26th of July, 2023, was found unresponsive at her flat in Herne Hill, South London, and confirmed dead at the age of 56. The cause of death was not stated. The following day was treated as suspicious. She did something to the Pope, ripping up a photo of the Pope on Saturday Night Live. Turns out she wasn't wrong, and she would be afforded an apology. Whew. Love is true. Thank you for bringing her into this moment. Right. As you said, reiterating today's stream topic, it only takes one person to do what's right. Hey, Amara. Hey, giving me SRS vibes. Is it SRS? STS? What's her name? I think it was something like that. SRS, right? Kind of like confirms some of our suspicions that we had. I also may or may not steal the toilet paper. I work for a casino, they can afford it. Yeah, the house always wins, right? Even if they have to lose some toilet paper. Jay-Z did sell some crack though, Mel. Like that's kind of shitty. That's true. That's true. I fortunately don't know everything, especially not the things that people do wrong. Yeah. I can't imagine anybody wants to sell crack though. Not really. I can't imagine people want to make money so that they can live in this world that has set it up that way. But I'm pretty sure if money wasn't a thing, selling crack would probably be less of a thing as well. My light is getting warm. Guess I don't have to blast it at full blast. I should be fine. It's probably gonna die. My mind is being like, you need to conserve battery life. It's gonna be fine, dude. Relax. I guess, to be fair, I would cut an arm off. An arm off. Less successful Jay-Z is worth 2.5 billion. What? Is Jay-Z worth that much? Hey, Google, how much is Jay-Z worth? Yeah, you're right. Holy shit. that's a lot of billions. 2.5 of them even. Yo, I never forget my complete narcissist of a boss at my first job saying, I will can your ass if you take so much of a square of TP home. What a weirdo. I would unironically, just because he said that to me, put squares of TP in my pocket. Like I wouldn't even use that square of TP. I would probably just like, use like masking tape and keep sticking it to my wall or something day by day, stealing a single square of toilet paper, just because someone would say something like that. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Because what does a roll of toilet paper cost? Hey Google, what is a roll of Hey Google, what does a roll of toilet paper cost? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Bruh, is it really gonna make me dive into shopping? What is toilet paper is the question that it got. So $120 for, okay, 4 rolls for 37 rand. That is like $2, maybe like $1, $1.70. Hey Google, how many squares is in a toilet paper roll? I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to ask ChatGPT or something. Oh, nice. 333 paper squares on an average roll. So it's like what? Let's do like maybe let's like make it simple and do like $1. And then we can go. So it's like 0.003 cents. So you have to steal like 3 squares of toilet paper for it to be equivalent of a single dollar cent. They call that a penny, right? For it to be a penny. Like the amount of pettiness, bro. Like I guess I get that he was trying to be like all serious and make a statement that you're not supposed to take the toilet paper home. But bruh, if you're like worried about like $1 toilet paper, like you have you have larger problems, unfortunately. Isn't she just in the other room, Shan? Hey Amara, blessings. Good morning, Amara. I have your mom show her the cute bunny videos I'm trying to catch. Amara's been at grandma's house since Tuesday evening. Joy. It's trippy to have Amara and Shan joining, from different places in that case as well. It's a blessing always. Dan, challenge accepted. Right? Right? I like how like not the both of our vigilante streaks kick in. It's like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, you're gonna fire me if I steal a single square or whatever? Alright, oh, challenge accepted. Let's see. I would probably even be coy with it, like accidentally drop a single square of toilet paper by taking my phone out in front of the boss and be like, oh no, I dropped my single square of toilet paper. Let me pick that up and I'll put it back in my pocket. We just read How to Babysit a Grandma to Sleepover Share. That's hilarious. Oh, what do you do when she's not around? Play loud music and dance around. Probably gets housework done, if anything. Listening from the beginning. So I'm at 2 times speed at 723, 79%. I'm on 74%, and it's 34 minutes past. So got double synchronicity up in here. Same out, it's the anger. My superhero would be madman, because anger and craziness. Yeah. Fortunately, slowly but surely, we're getting better at it. Showing up, noticing the anger, and then instead of using that anger against the people that we love, using that anger against the worst version of ourselves, right? That's like been the best bit of wisdom that someone gave me. Dan Coe is the one that I heard from. Of be angry at the worst version of yourself, right? Because anger is an emotion like all others. It's not appropriate to try and get rid of it, but it is a potential thing that you can use, for your own betterment. Again, right? Like imagine the version of you that fails at everything, right? The version of you that doesn't show up for your health, the version of you that doesn't eat food that's good for your body, the version of you that doesn't want to sleep, the version of you that literally runs yourself, down to a skeleton. Get angry at that version of yourself, and then use that anger to fight against it. Instead of using that anger to fight against people. Joy, I clean, there we go. And I enjoy being clean till she comes home. Mine would be giving animals that information of how humans are destroying the earth. Oh, I think they know. Unfortunately, I think they know. I have a little birdie watching me. Hey, sweetie. It's like 100% watching me. I can see its little face tilted sideways. I see you too. You want to see? I hope I don't chase it away. There he is. Just like sitting on the the edge of the. Look at him looking at us. Hey, birdie, birdie. Okay, I think he's looking away now. Now he's looking back. Hey, birdie. Hello, birdie. Hello. Hey, birdie, birdie. Hey, birdie. Yum burps. Always makes me happy to be joined by them in stream. Nope. Nice. I know that the light is technically in frame, but I still think it's helping. Yeah, a little bit at least. I'm pretty sure your superpower is spreading love, Mel. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, that is my superpower. Yeah. I guess I want to be stronger, right? I guess that is the superhero fractal of like, oh, I'm a superhero, gotta get stronger, you know. Does the earth his push-ups, whatever, you know. I want to get stronger as well, dear friends, and you, unironically, you know, do empower me with your love as well. Wow, clean. I wish that I had that kind of motivation. I believe Shan just likes the space the way that it's supposed to be, you know, at least in her mind. Zano Banano Burb, I would join alongside you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a whole team of vigilantes. Frank Castle is the Punisher. That helps. Yeah, the Punisher clicks in my brain. I have that fractal. I do listen to music a lot with both earbuds and sing, and messiness gives me anxiety, joy. So I have to do it while I can. Bless. We have Loizana joining us too, sending blessings to all of our lovely friends. At least all the animals outdoor in my immediate vicinity think I'm the shit. It's raining, so the suspect wasps aren't a problem yet. I mean, I think so too, Doug Dad. I've been thinking about this more recently, actually, how you're basically just growing a vegetable garden to feed the bunnies, you know. And I was like thinking about it from a perspective of like that's kind of wholesome. It's kind of wholesome, you know. Not ideal, you know, because we would like to eat that food as well, but those bunnies are probably having the time of their lives, being like, bruh. Have you ever had something this good? Oh, it just grows in the ground. How could it? Where does it come from? Oh, Duck Dad, meanwhile, painstakingly putting new seeds in the earth. We're humanimals, Duck. We're a different species. We get a pass in the animal apocalypse. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, pat self on the back. I mean, all of those bunnies are gonna tell the stories of like Duck Dad growing the best food. What did you have for breakfast tomorrow? Do let us know. Joe Schmo is here too, sending you blessings. I would give the boss of the toilet paper 1 square of toilet paper every single day in person with just a smile. I would, in Dan's case, because he eventually. I left my water bottle on the table. He eventually stopped working there, right? So I'm imagining again the fractal of like collecting these squares of toilet paper day by day as I keep working at this place. And then when he fired Dan, to just bring him like a stack, like a whole stack of single squares of toilet paper. Be like, here you go, sir. You fired me, regardless of me not taking single squares of toilet paper. So I'll return it. You know, I'll be the better man. Give you back the squares of toilet paper. Allez, Pepiki. Let me get my water. Let me go get my hydrogen monoxide. No. Hydrogen dioxide. What's up, dude-eaters? What's up, duders? We have the dogos. Sorry, one of them is being cut out by the light. There's a UD standing behind the light. Okay. Oh, no, no. Hi, Mara. How cool that you're here too, right? Hey, shout again. Toilet paper is expensive here. That's why people steal it, Mel. I don't even think it's a problem of whether or not it's that expensive. I just think it's a matter of, you know, like basic needs again, where people don't have enough money to kind of like pay for their basic needs. So stealing toilet paper becomes a part of the problem. Like maybe, just maybe, if you pay your employees properly, they won't even think about stealing toilet paper. That's more the fractal I'm touching on, right? And the rebel in me is like, bro, I don't need your toilet paper, but I'm gonna take a square every day anyway, right? Just to stick it to the man, stand up for what is right, or whatever. Dang, it can be $5 to $7 average here for a single roll. $5, bruh. I'm not wiping my ass in America. I'm getting water. I use single sheets of toilet paper as little makeshift sticky notes for the office. That's hilarious. I usually buy a 6 pack that claims it's as big as a 12 pack and it costs like $10. Okay, that's not too bad, right? That's like still a dollar and a bit per roll, and a roll lasts like about a week, right? Give or take. So that means you're paying like $10 at most, $10 a month for toilet paper. I can swallow that pill. Japanese toilet solution, yeah, gang, exactly, Zano. They have it figured out. Again, right? If you got a piece of poop anywhere else on your body, are you gonna be okay with just using a piece of paper and wiping it off? Nah. You're gonna wash your hands or whatever, right? You're gonna use water and soap and you're gonna scrub. And yet we don't do that. Don't do that for ourselves. TP the boss house with his toilet paper. Yeah. Make every single one of those squares in a small little bowl, and, and then punt it. I like when Dwight separated the two-ply toilet paper to cut off his with that machine where it like slowly splits the two toilet. That's so cursed. Like Dwight was definitely one of my favorite characters in that whole show, but at the same time, like you love to hate him, right? Michael Scott. Like I've never been that upset with a person, bro. Like that actor really, knew what he was doing. Played his role well. Jaju, you said don't take it home. I'm using it here in the office. Yeah, it's even better. Battery at 34, synchrony on your side as well. Let's see if there is. I'm on 62 right now. It's gonna be 44 minutes past soon. Lovely friends, lovely you, Zana. Bro, bunnies aren't getting anything out of my garden that I don't give them. I only give them stuff that has been bug bitten. They do get my flowers though, but it's why they are here. Yeah, it's true. Love is true. Fire me? Oh, Mel, I quit that place, Lamar. He literally couldn't fire anyone because he couldn't manage to hire anyone. Ah, even better then, right? You got to choose your own fractal. Are you looking for new work right now? I do remember you mentioning that you had some cash saved so that you can coast a little bit. But I'm pretty sure there should be more people that now want your new skills, Like you have now a plethora of skills. I'm wondering, and I'm kind of like spitballing. I remember you being in one fractal, Do you have the ability to apply your new coding knowledge to what you used to do? Is that something you want to do, or do you want to completely get away from what you used to do? But he wanted to. Little devil face. No, for a pack of 12. Okay. $5 to $6. Yeah. $5 to $7. That's not bad. At least in my mind. It's not too bad. We should switch to 3 seashells. The 3 seashells instead of toilet paper. What? What? Like actual seashells? I don't know if I'm sold though. Like scraping my asshole with a seashell. It puts a whole new meaning to Sandra sells seashells by the seashore. It's like, what does she sell those seashells for? Oh, they're to wipe your ass with, sir. What? What? Why? Why would you do that? That's why. Why would you do that? When my son graduated high school, I bought his toilet paper with the poop emoji with a cap on saying congratulations. Graduate shit just got real. Like that was like the weird shock, Like it was almost like a practical joke, that as soon as you start moving out and you have to like start paying for your own stuff, the one thing you realize is that you now have to buy your own toilet paper. right? Sure, you have to buy your own food and your own clothes, but when you have to buy your own toilet paper is when it really sinks in. Ah, we live in a society. Ah, interesting. Very cool. In China, they had bamboo toilet paper. Like during that whole thing in America, people were not compassionate with the Americans. Like the Chinese like really made a thing of it. They were like joking about it even. And I remember being able to go to the like small little tuck shops or practically convenience stores and getting to buy myself toilet paper. And like the person behind the counter, like he couldn't speak English, but I could see him being like, "You can buy toilet paper." And I'm like, "Yeah, yes, yeah, I can buy toilet paper." Oh, no, 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 Lamar, that's hilarious, Lisa. Melty, here's a weird question. What ind, what kind, there we go, of critter is sitting in that tree above your head? I can't see it, but I can hear it. There's a Burby there. It flew away as soon as I spotted it. But I don't know what other things you're talking about sitting above me. This is a plank that I sat on. I still want to fix that little spot, but it's not the most comfortable getting onto it. Right? If it was more comfortable, I would be there more. But other than that, I don't know if I know what you're talking about. A trees above me. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that's better. Weird question. We didn't TP houses growing up. I also never did that. We spooned lawns. Spooned lawns. We drew faces on all the spoons, stuck them in the ground, and had them face the house. I don't know if that's more concerning. I feel like it's less cumbersome, right? If I had to choose 47 when it's passed, if I had to choose, do I want my house TP'd or spooned? I'd probably pick getting my house spooned, but only because I understand what's happening. If I had to come outside and see there are spoons with faces on them facing my house, I'm closing my door and staying inside for the rest of my life. I'm like, oh, the spoons are here. Okay, good. Guess I'm not going outside anymore. The spoons are watching me. I never heard that, Jovan. That's a new one to me too. No, Shanna, that's the first degree prank that takes premeditation. Yeah, that's like you have to think about it. Right, like what are we gonna do? Yeah, I think we're gonna draw faces on spoons and then put those spoons in people's lawns and have the spoons watch them. It's so cursed. Oh no no! If I caught some little shit digging up my lawn with spoons, I'd probably come out with the hose. That was the first thing that I thought, Sam. I also thought that they would just like go into the lawn and like dig holes in your lawn with spoons, and I was like, that's kind of rude, spooning someone's lawn like that. And then the faces on spoons and putting the spoons in the ground so that it faces the house. It went up a whole new degree of what? You did what now? You're wondering what? I'm imagining you coming back home and your parents asking you where you were. And you tell them, "Oh, I spooned some people's houses." They're like, "Okay, I'm just gonna not ask questions. Let them be. They're insane teenaging right now. In the future, we won't need toilet paper, anal fusion reactors. Mojo, unironically, unlike your friends are tripping me out because like I feel I have these very awkward and weird personal dialogues with myself. And one of the personal dialogues I had recently is a product that is exactly that, an anal fusion reactor. I don't know if I called it a fusion reactor. I was more thinking of it as an incinerator, right? But something that you put basically in the place where your poop is stored. I'm so sorry. I guess this is where we are right now, right? And then instead of having to defecate, you have something that literally incinerates your poop. No more pooping. I'm 100% would get that. I'm not lying, right? I don't know if it's right, but I want one. And I was thinking about it from the perspective of you could technically use it to burn energy that you didn't mean to consume, right? Like maybe you wanted to eat a piece of cake, even though you've had your calories or whatever. You could let it burn up the energy. That was excellent. I'm so sorry. Like Mojo, maybe. Like, what are the odds that we would have that same thought, right? Getting closer to the future, I'm guessing. Yeah, Melty. I used to be a manual QA tester, and now I'm applying for a QA automation engineer roles. There we go. Bless Brother Bear. We were digging some, just stuck them in the ground nicely. Yeah, exactly. If you had to wake up to a yard full of spoons to clean up, and you miss just a single spoon, it then becomes a lethal lawnmower ammo. The prank just keeps on giving. Yeah, having one of your feet taken off by a spoon is definitely not, a story that I think is gonna be cool. Anal fusion, then we'd all be full of shit. No, I think we'd be using the shit as energy, right? I think that's the point. You can have like your anal fusion reactor, and then it like runs up that energy source, and then you have an arm cannon or whatever. Eat a bunch of food, charge up your arm cannon with your anal fusion reactor, and then shoot holes in the patriarchy. Whatever. Never thought I'm going to go. I'd be going for a finance gig, but a classmate was just hired for 300K. That's ridiculous. Imagine the positive impact I could have commanding that salary. I'm imagining it, but I would rather have you be clear about it, right? What exactly would you do if you could? Right, and what stops you from doing it now is the kind of question we have to ask ourselves as well. It's the question I ask myself, because I also have this idea of like, oh, I want to, earn an exorbitant amount of money, and then what am I going to do with it? Because you need a lot of money to actually, start building things. I'm gonna tell my son to do that with his friend's dad for fun. That sounds hilarious. Spooning people's homes. Can we circle back to that so I can ask what the fuck is that? I'm not exactly sure. Uh, Maybe the anal fusion. Yeah. I mean, we went into it anyway. Shen, the spoon thing is fascinating me. What did you use to draw the faces? And which side would you draw them on? That was what I was thinking as well. I was like thinking it's funnier if you draw it on the inside of the spoon and you have like the spoon facing people's homes because there's like in my mind, like a collection thing happening. So it's almost like the spoon is literally looking at you. But more realistically, this is how people's faces work, right? So you can have like the little face on it like that. But in my mind, I had the spoon part facing the homes. But I'm guessing that it's probably that way around. Do let us know, Shan. Let free us from our own minds questioning. Lisa, do it. Every Sunday morning in Shanna's neighborhood, you would occasionally hear bing twang. Damn it. Instead of spooning lawns, we used to douse our arms in rubbing alcohol. It burns fast and is super low temp. So as car passed, we'd light ourselves on fire and run around like crazy people. I don't even know what to say to that. What's the worst thing that I did as a child? Uh, I like twice. I threw rocks out of windows. I threw windows out of rocks, right? Like that was like the worst of the childlike shenanigans. Lighting myself on fire definitely wasn't on my list of that'll get them. That's gonna be so funny. I also, and this was more like teenagers in the hostel. Like there was this thing where it's like this free condom brand in South Africa. Choice, I think the brand was called or something. And then we would get these condoms, and you would like use a spray can of like deodorant, and then you would like inflate that thing, and then you would like tie it up, and you would light it on fire, and it makes a big whomp. Right, that's the closest to playing with fire as a child I got. Really, I of course played with gasoline and fireworks, and I built my own explosives, but I didn't ever light myself on fire, right? I didn't really think about that. I was like, yeah, I like not being on fire, even if it was rubbing alcohol. I get it. I do get it, right? It kind of like it evaporates, and then that evaporated alcohol is the thing that lights on fire. So it doesn't really stick to your skin in the same way, but still. Like I'm just imagining people crashing their cars, seeing children on fire. We use white plastic spoons and drew the faces on the front of the spoon. The boat side. Yeah, I thought so. I'm gonna maybe that'll they'll video it. Maybe. I mean, could be funny, right? Could be a whole TikTok thing. Please no. Please no. Okay. As soon as those words left my mouth, I was like, that's 100% what people are gonna do. Right? There's gonna be the whole TikTok spoon challenge. And then suddenly there's gonna be, thousands of dollars spent on plastic spoons, putting it in people's lawns. I guess it's harmless, practically. But you live in America and people have guns, right? Like it would be pretty suck if somebody gets killed for planting plastic spoons in someone else's yard. Off-grid people use those toilets. True. Please don't try that at home, friends. Yeah, please. Dan, our dark sides are showing. It's hilarious. We would steal lawn gnomes and random ornaments and set them up across the street at a random neighbor's house. So the original owners would end up seeing all their stuff at someone else's house. That's kind of hilarious as well. I can't lie. That is kind of funny to me. Like it's like sowing dismay, right? And potential anger between the neighborhood, which I don't necessarily approve of. But as a joke, it is funny. Poo projectile pokes holes in the patriarchy. Yeah. So, sounds like some sort of cursed, cursed comic, like some like slapstick. It's supposed to be funny comic, but I would 100% read that. Oh my goodness, that chunk was always funny. Ah, plastic spoons. That makes sense. That's hilarious. I might have to do that. Harmless pranks. Wait, doesn't that make one person a human centipede? No, please stop with the human centipede. No, please, no. No, that's so funny. We use a permanent marker to draw the faces. Of course, that's what I was thinking as well. I like to change people's desktop backgrounds to hundreds of unorganized folders or scattered a deck of cards. And then on the still ceiling fan, and then as soon as it turns on, it goes flying everywhere. Man, I feel like I'm boring in comparison to all of you friends. I haven't pranked people, right? I feel like my mind just it's too uptight. It's like, nah, dude, can't do that though. It's not very adult of you, right? I've been trying to be an adult since I was like 7 years old. Like that's I feel like in part where I kind of like robbed myself of a lot of my own childhood. Yeah, the sweetie, look at this little kitty with so much money. A little baby. What's a baby, baby? What's a baby, baby? Oh, what's a baby? Tucking herself into my blanket. She doesn't want to be seen. Hide me. Look at her trying to crawl deeper into it. Okay, fine. You can rest up. Okay, you're welcome for the idea, friends. Thank you, Shan, for sharing that with us. Oops, sorry. I mean, spoons are less aggressive than forks. It's true, right? Like maybe if you want to step up the aggression factor, you go forks, and then if you want to like really make a statement, you do knives, right? And all of them have to be plastic, of course. I put a ton of dish soap in the dishwasher once as a kid on accident, and there was a whole ass bubble party. I feel like that would be a fun but messy prank. Agreed. The deck of cards ceiling fan is brilliant. Oh wow, Jovan, devious. Jovan is giving strong Megan from Drake and Josh vibes right now, right? It's kind of hilarious. She totally does that. Of course, played with gasoline and built my own explosives. Like I'm not even joking about that, right? Like I know how to weld, and if you know how to weld, you can build explosives, right? It's not hard, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's not hard. It should be harder, but it isn't. It's very not hard. Uh, I don't even know if I'm allowed to have those, but I had blast caps, like long as blast caps, and I had access to pipes, and I had access to a welder, and I had access to black powder. So I built myself makeshift explosives. Are they explosives? Technically, they exploded, yo. They really exploded. I blew up mostly things that don't have any technical value, like grass, Like there was like bales of grass, and I would like plant the explosive inside the bale, and then it would go boom, and I'd be like, ooh, wow, so amazing, go boom. Seamus without magic. That's going over my head. That would be messy but fun. If you take a bottle of liquid dish soap and put it in a city fountain, no, you could cover about 100 by 100 square foot in bubbles using a 75-cent bottle of dish soap. Cost effective pranks. We shut down an 8-lane intersection in high school. It was epic. I'd recommend you don't, right? Just for the sake of soap, right? Like I can't imagine that soap is good for the earth. Hey Google, is dish soap good for grass? Dish soap isn't selective about removing oils or drying out cell membranes. It will dehydrate and kill the grass, just as it would the nasty pests in your garden. So yes, dish soap is not an entirely safe way to remove insects or lawn pests. Yeah. Weirdly enough, that's where my mind went as well. Like I remember as a child, my mom took us to one of her friends' places, and she gave us bottles of water mixed with dish soap that we would have to go out into the yard and pour it into the small little holes where crickets lived. And then if we could catch that cricket and put it in a little container, we would get like 50 cents. No, less than. Yeah, close to 50 cents per cricket we would bring her. And I was like wondering about that as a child as well. Like, is dish soap good for grass? And then, I got both of them collectively. Josh Peck was in Oppenheimer as a cameo, and it would not help but just hear Megan in my head. It's hilarious. Jaju, it's a straight up legendary. It's hilarious. If you want a truly evil April Fool's prank for your office, go to an Asian market and buy a packet of durian flavored wafer cookies. I didn't know they sell durian flavored wafer cookies. You could just buy a durian, and open that in your in your shared office space. Like I wish it was a prank, but that unironically happened to me when I was working in China, where people would be eating durian in the shared kitchen where people were eating. I was like, smells like ass in here. Everything smells like ass now. Leave it in the office kitchen and say nothing. Wait for reactions. Never admit it was you. We were full of mischief. It's crazy. Lol. Lois, I even seen dogs panic at the smell of durian. Being like, what is that? Joe, that's genius. Like, would you ever get caught? Would you even get caught these days? Probably. There's a lot of cameras. Grass is even worse for the environment. Yeah, I was just thinking about plants, right? Because I was imagining if it's in the middle of a square, there's probably going to be like lawn areas, for people to sit down. And if it's gonna cover 100 by 100 square feet, yeah, square feet of bubbles, it might, run over onto the grass as well. And I can promise you, if like people, for example, like a community frequents a fountain area and there's like grass to sit on next to it, and you come back to your grass area where you usually like sit down, for your lunch or whatever, and it's just dead grass that has to be ripped up and new ones have to be planted. That's not very cool, right? It's gonna be influencing people negatively, and I have to stand up for what is right. It's gonna be right. I would like food forests more, but I don't think grass in and of itself is inherently evil. I just think grassing everything, isn't necessarily the best way to go about it. Exactly, Dan. All you have to do is walk by casually and do the deed. And all you need is sit back and watch the show. Clover is where it's at. That was the lady doing with them crickets. No, she didn't do anything with the crickets. She just saw it as a unit of measurement, right? How successful we were in getting crickets out of her yard, and she would reward us directly for how many crickets we would get to caught. We would catch, we caught, how many crickets we caught, right? So it was, I don't know if she did anything with them other than kill them, but she did reward us for catching as many as possible. Joe, I'm picturing you walking in slow mo, tossing an empty bottle of Dawn and giant bubble explosions behind them. Bom, ch, bom, bom, ch, bom, bom. Yeah, I can see it as well, bro. Yeah, please don't menace your poor communities. If you fill up a part, if you fill apart a few party balloons with propane and a few of them with helium and tie a sparkler to the flammable ones, you release them into the sky and you have some badass makeshift floating fireballs. That sounds pretty sick. I won't lie. There are durian flavored wafer cookies. I know because I bought some once out of curiosity. After we opened the package and tried one, we had to double bag it and put it in the garbage and take the garbage out immediately. That's hilarious. And something stinks so much, you have to double bag it, right? And the best part is the fact that it was supposed to go inside of your face hole, right? It's like, yeah, I don't even think one bag, is going to do the job in keeping the smell away from my family. But some people just like, oh, I mean, right? Like it's food. It is food. Durian is food, right? People have been fed. People have been fed by durian. So who am I to say? The package is very attractive and is made of thick foil. Can't smell them until you open it, of course. Right? It catches you off guard. Be like, oh wow, this looks nice. Probably is. Opens it, tries it. It's like, yeah, I have never wasted my money this much ever before. Card time. Yes, card time. What card are we going to pull? I wonder. This one. This one right here is the card for today. Did I pull two? I did. Both of them upside, upright. Both of them relevant. I feel the one is kind of like a story of where I feel, at least, we find ourselves right now, and the other one is again standing up for what is right. Are you ready for the cards? Skabop. Let me put these cards down first. Let me use both my hands. One day, I'm gonna have a backpack that, if I want one, an extra arm will extend over my shoulder and be able to hold on to something, right? Maybe a joint. Yeah, I'm gonna get extra arms so that one of my extra arms can hold my joint for me, and I can go, and then I'd be like, ah, nice, holds my joint just over my shoulder. Blessings. I keep forgetting that Amara's here with us. Orange? Yeah. Yellow, orange, red? It definitely is. Her face is very red as well. The main theme of the card is orange. Yes, peach, aka yellow, orange, exactly. This is technically the first card we pulled, this one. You like these cards, Amara? Above the Storm and Pele Summons. I feel Pele Summons is very much resonating with today's stream topic, so we'll read that one first. It goes as such: regeneration, transcendence, and excellence. The five-sided geometry of the pentagon informs this card and speaks of regeneration, transcendence, and excellence. These elements fuel the invitation and directive of this powerful volcano goddess. She presents her summons as energy flowing from her rainbow-adorned crown. At the core of this call is a pentagonal spiraling cosmos. This card summons you to recognize your personal potential and transcend obstacles to the expression of your life's purpose. If that isn't like in sync with today's stream topic, I don't know what is, right? Takes one person It's a personal journey. You, as a person, showing up for what is right, changing the world. Again, this card summons you to recognize your personal potential and transcend obstacles to the expression of your life's purpose. Every life holds the potential of excellence and fulfillment. Sometimes we become caught up in life's flow and lose sight of dreams and visions in the process. It may be helpful to shift your attention to that of the observer so that you may gain a wider perspective of where you are today. Are you content with your life's direction? Are you following your bliss? This may mark a time when you will make decisions that change the fundamental nature of the way that you live. It could indicate a time of regenerating, of renewing faith, of finding your personal truth. Conversely, this card may help you realize that the truth that is most important to you is the very essence of the life you are already living. This is a summons to excellence and the renewal of your personal truth. Yow! That's some skabao right there. Card number 56 goes as such. Dynamic action, noise, and clarity, right? Again, I feel synchronous with today's stream topic of takes one person to do what's right. This is some red bounce light. Okay, this is a card of dynamic action and fresh starts. A funnel cloud spins and bolts of lightning flash in dark swirling clouds. Above the storm, clear light radiates from crystal geometry. A figure 8 or Mobius strip is composed of hands weaving around the scene, uniting turbulence and radiance. The Mobius strip is a symbol of single-sided non-duality, linking darkness with clarity. Every human life has times of turmoil and unrest, times when storm clouds seem to close in and conditions become challenging. You may be experiencing such a time when sparks fly and tempests rage. Or it may be that someone you love is going through a crisis. Tough times come and go, and it's important to remember the truth in the old saying, it is darkest before the light. Whether it is your own storm or that of a friend, this card asks you to move beyond difficult times with ease, grace, and tenderness. Consciously witness what is occurring. Literally, our thing we're saying started that way as well, right? What a trip. Consciously witness what is occurring. Step out of the drama and view the turbulence with the eye of an observer. I feel like that was mentioned in the previous card as well, right? Act in support of the decisions that need to be made to move this dynamic action to a place above the storm, where clarity and light may overcome all obstacles, right? This deep understanding that if you are literally in the middle of a storm right now, I don't know if your friends are ducked at as having some rain. It might be completely dark out because of how thick the clouds are, but above the clouds, the sun continues to shine just as bright, right? Move above the storms where clarity and light may overcome all obstacles. Use the Mobius strip to help you visualize how energy moves through times of dynamic action into the light. Envision crystal clarity as the outcome and give thanks for your ability to weather the storm and find a fresh start. Skabao. I lost a tooth! Money! Gregory joining us too. What a trip. I saw your comment in one of the dancing videos recently, and I was thinking to myself, Gregory. And here you are, dear one. Blessings to you too, dear friend. It's nice having you. Don't even start. I'm starting. I've started. Oh well, how very relevant this card is always, right? These cards today. Blessing. Oh my goodness. And the second card, just adding the cherry on the top. Like it feels almost like they were like meant to be read together. Even though they're so far apart, they felt like they were completely in tune. Above the storm, Pele summons you. It's like, oh, come here, let's go above the storm, right? Let's not suffer ourselves. Mm, let's not suffer. Let's do the things we're supposed to be doing. But was like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I bought a Thigh Master for $3 yesterday. And I'm feeling the burn right now. Are you doing the burn while we're reading cards? Sick. I'm proud of you, dear one. Let me see. I'll read some more. Woohoo! Made a necklace. You made a necklace? I'm feeling the burn right now. Oh, make a necklace with the lost tooth, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. Did the tooth fairy come and see you last night, Amara? With the tooth, not the Thigh Master. Yep, blessings. Got $2? Yes. I don't even get to earn $2 from my teeth. These are the ones I have to keep. I'm probably gonna have to pay to get new teeth when these ones don't want to stay around anymore. Doesn't that suck? You get to get paid, and then you get a new tooth by biology. So lucky, being a 10-year-old. Oh man. Yeah, I agree, Puppy. I was thinking about the fact that I'm 25. Stop aging, bro. Stop it. Stop it. That's excellent, dude. It's always a huge confidence booster to crush it on the exams. Stan said, I almost forgot. I wanted to share the small victory with you all. I got my final grade for my coding bootcamp and I got a 94 in the class. Definitely gave my confidence a boost going to these job applications. I hope you get to add that information, bro. That really is impressive, man. 94, diggity damn. Diggity damn, Dan. Big brain, very big and massive. Your brain size is very impressive. I am impressed by how big your brain is. Am I overdoing it a little bit? $2 American is pretty good. I used to get 5 rand, right? So 50 cents American. But I was a 10-year-old a decade and a half ago. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Oh, no. Thank you guys for your constant support through it all. I remember the Sunday before it started being like, no more Melt Fam on the weekdays. And here we are. That's exciting, Amara. What are you going to do with it? I don't know what I would spend it on. Yeah. $2 kind of like limits you, you know? Like you can buy a piece of candy, lose more teeth, make more money, right? But unfortunately, that only works in the short term. I'm not giving advice, please. Oh, please. If you want to, use that money, try and buy something that could potentially earn you more capital. That's the best way to spend money, Amara. Buy things that appreciate, buy things that gain value. For instance, like I have a hard time even considering buying a car because I know as soon as you purchase a car, it instantly starts losing value, right? Like literally instantaneously. Like you drive it outside of that building, it lost 20% of its value essentially. Right, so that's the biggest thing, right? Maybe you could buy yourself lemonade ingredients. Maybe you can buy yourself a squeegee. You can offer people the luxury of having a 10-year-old clean their windows. I don't know what child labor laws are like. If you're even allowed to do stuff like that anymore. It's exciting, Amara. Your brain size. Your brain. If I had $2, I would probably go to the dollar store and get some cute hair things. There we go. I'm sure you'll find something to spend it on, Amara, but you should save it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Saving it is probably going to be the best bet for you, right? If I knew how to save when I was a 10-year-old, I would probably wouldn't have to save as much right now, essentially. But there's no falling behind. Amara is my cousin. Oh, I do know who you are, Gregory. Oh, I know you. seeing Gregory, seeing me, seeing Gregory, seeing Amara, Amara looking at Gregory, Amara looking at me looking at Amara, Amara looking at Gregory, being like, oh, what's happening right now? What's wrong with the internet? The internet sees me. Look, it's not my words, okay? But some people are saying the biggest brain. Yeah, huge. Are we doing a trumpet? Yeah. So, yeah. Not my words, okay? But some people are saying my brain is like the biggest, huge. It's terrific. What we're gonna do is the brain. Truly, it could be the biggest. I'm probably butchering it, but that's like how it feels to me. Go to the pet store and buy a little mouse and keep him in the sock drawer and then feed him peanuts and be his best friend forever. Can you even buy a mouse for $2 these days? I guess people feed their snakes mice, right? I'm not gonna Google what mice cost. Oh please, no, I'm sorry, Google. I could hear that comment, Dad. Me too. Me too. I could hear it. I tried to echo it, but I think I failed. Saving is the best option. Yes, Gregory is my nephew. Blessings. Hi, Gregory. But pixie sticks. Glad I'm not the only one who read it that way. Oh my goodness, Melt. Yes, mission accomplished. Melty got to do. You friends make me laugh. Impersonations are my favorite. I love seeing it. Blessings. Let's play some kalimba, shall we? Such a blessing having so many of you friends here. That wasn't even a bad trump. You friends. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yes, huge. Huge. Fantastic. All right. I'm gonna be the best at doing impressions eventually. That wasn't even nailed it. Your friends are just flattering me. I'll concede. I'll be like, okay, I accept your compliments. Meanwhile, I'm like, need to get better at impressionating. Koji had a biopsy yesterday, and his jaw and 2 teeth were removed. I wish they would have given me money instead of taking my money for it. They just give me the teeth though. So that's cool. I mean, maybe you could make a necklace out of Koji's teeth, carry him with you. Melt, you make my day. Blessings, little one. Like that really is an honor just hearing that. I'm gonna play some kalimba. I don't know if you would like that. It's a little bit more of a calm energy, where I usually go. But this is like the other side of my personality of like, oh, yo, I am so gentle and calm, and everything will be fine. Peace upon humanity. I'm making myself cringe. I'm sorry. Let's play some kalimba, shall we? Let's see if we can get the sun in the frame. Yeah, look at that. Nice. See if we can get some kalimba as well. Cool. Turn this off for now. Fine. I can charge it again. Fire my laser and the light. You want to sit on my lap, Peppy? Before I get started. There you go, sweetie. All right. Skip up. Stream done. Kalimba played. Moments made. Energy shared. We get to be present again. Thank you, dear ones, for joining me. For sharing these moments. Ah, joy. Hope Koji feels better. I'm happy that he got some help at least. End of life care, right? What a sweet thing to say, Greg. Really, truly. Thank you, little one. It really is a blessing being able to. Like, that was literally what I was thinking about the whole time playing Kalimba. I was like, bruh, bruh. Like, so, Gregory, Amara, you too. Today's whole stream topic was about how you, as one person, can change the world by doing what is right. And I don't necessarily consider myself an authority on what is right or what is wrong, but I know that there is a reason every single one of us are here on earth. I believe that the version of you that's aware of this moment is consciousness, right? Can be seen as like a polarity, like the negative perspective. And then there's the positive perspective. There's everything that you end up seeing, right? And the fact that you get to see anything at all, in my mind, means that you're here to experience love and that you're here to share love. And having shown up for that as my purpose in life, having done it for so long right now, and knowing that this is still the start of this journey, and coming to this moment, it seriously feels that I did what's right. I stood up for what is right, and that moment allowed me to hear such a blessing thing from you. And like I feel it's like melting my brain a little bit, imagining that I could make anybody's day. So I want to encourage you to do the same. Be so kind to someone that you end up making their day as well. Do things so beautiful that people want to say the same thing to you, right? People go, wow, you're so nice, you're so kind. Thank you for making my day, little one. Because you made my day, right? Like, know that. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, I might have in some way made your day with this energy that we shared today, but you ended up making my day by choosing to say something nice in return. Blessings. So many blessings to you. He's lucky to have you, Joy. He really is. I see Brother Joel is here as well today, sending you blessings. He was so drunk when I got him home from the drugs mojo. He's good. He just had his breakfast. The biopsy results will be back in a few days. Bless. Stopping by for some Kalimba goodness before my meeting. I hope that the calm served you well, Brother Joel. Blessings to you. I hope the results come back better than expected. Me too. I was doing the dishes, and from across the house, I heard the beautiful melody of the kalimba luring me. Bless. That's a good thing that Koji is eating. Agreed. He's lucky to have you. Melty, thank you for this. You're loved and appreciated, sir. I am but a mirror. Everything you see in me cannot be seen by you if it's not inside of you, right? Literally. What you're seeing right now does not exist in the outside world. It doesn't, right? Sure, you could potentially reach out and touch my face or touch the screen that is in front of you, but it doesn't exist outside of your brain, right? Everything we see is but inputs that go inside of our eyes turn it into signals that put it inside our brains process that information and then create an image for us to experience, meaning quite literally, everything you see is inside of you. And if you see beauty, if you see love, that means something about you. Sure, I'm trying. I'm trying to play my role in that fractal, but I'm gonna keep thanking you, friends, for seeing me too. His appetite, he hasn't lost his appetite yet, so I'll put him on all you can eat diet. Blessings. I figure if he's only got a few months left, he should have all the food and treats that he can eat. Get him to enjoy this experience fully. Completely agreed. Bless you and your cherished time, friends. Sending you non-stop lovins. Receiving that non-stop lovins. I see like a hut, like a primordial expression of home, and sending it right back to you, dear one. Peace out, Mouth Fam. Cheers. cheers. We'll see you again soon too, Brother Dan. Thank you, Melton, everyone. It is 11:28 p.m. here and almost Saturday in the Philippines. You live in the Philippines, Jezio? I don't actually know that. Blessings to you. Encountering your stream again is the highlight of my week. Bless again. Right? We get to do this together. Meltmore is a co-creation. Bye for now, Amara. Blessings to you. We're basically saying goodbye. I'm reading through the comments as well. Thank you for being a positive influence here on YouTube, Melt. My heart is happy knowing my nephew and Amara can find this kind of content here. It really is, right? Like I'm really kind of accepting the responsibility. I'm really realizing, how powerful it is. Thank you, Shan, for supporting me in this fractal as well. I love you, friends. I'm so out of it, and the frustration of not firing on all 8 cylinders makes me very, very angry. I get it, right? Feeling like you can't perform at your optimal, state of being. You don't have your mind being so quick and clear. It really is exhausting. You are loved. You are loved, Shell, no matter how you show up, right? We want you as you are. What's that line you gave me? Like, we don't want you to be happy, we don't want you to be sad. We want you to be as you are instead of as you're not, right? I'm butchering it a little bit, but you know what I'm saying, Shell. It goes back to you as well. Family friendly space for the most part, right? That's what I'm thinking about Joshmo. I'm like, bro, I need to family friendly even harder. I love you. I hope you feel better soon, Shell. I'm sure she will. Keep resting, dear one. Drink enough water. Move your body as much as you are allowed to. Love you all, guys, says Zano. There's something to say for the one person, but all of you people are some of the most thoughtful and cool and life-changing people, and you mean a lot to me and the rest of this earth. Know you. Know you, Zano. So know you. It's like, Doc, it hurts the Achilles tendon. Exactly. So many blessings. I think we got our Shan message as well. Have the most beautifulest day, everyone. I for show love you all so very, very super duper, extremely, enormously, tremendously, hulkingly, oceanically, mammothly, monstrously, dearly. Melt on all of you oh so wonderfully, amazingly, marvelously, mesmerizingly, breathtakingly, astonishingly, gorgeously, brilliantly, luminously, magically, divine friends. As we love you, beloved Shan. Wow, really, Joe? That's amazing. Did I miss something? Love you, friends. Thanks, Joy. Wow, Mara. Love is true. And International Coalition of Lovers. Yeah, bye-bye. See you next stream. Love to you, Gregory. Blessings, Mojo, and Lisa, and Joshmo, and Louisiana, Joy Vive, and Shell, and Maxine, and Jovan. And if there's any one of you sitting in chat silently, I love you specifically you. You're like, is he pointing at me right now? Yes, you. Love it to you. Thank you for joining me too. You're the most precious divine beings of all the human animal critter creatures. Go look in the mirror. You lovable being, you. Blessings to all of you, friends. Thank you for joining me once again, for finding yourself in this space. We'll do it again very soon. One rotation of the earth, and we'll be right back here in this moment, sending you blessings, and then we'll do this again tomorrow.